Welcome to In Pursuit 360. Today, we're going to be talking about Police Week because we're in Police Week. All right, welcome back to In Pursuit 360. Today, we're talking about Police Week. Police Week runs from May 10th to May 16th. Every year, it's the same dates. Doesn't matter what days of the week it falls on. And this all started in 1962 when President John F. Kennedy declared May 15th as Police Officers Memorial Day. So JFK actually gave us our own Memorial Day, and this is to honor the law enforcement officers that have died in the line of duty for that year, and actually throughout all of time. So May 13th is the actual candlelight vigil. This year, 2020, unfortunately, it's going to be a virtual candlelight vigil. They're going to be doing it online. You can go to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund webpage and sign up to watch, and they will send you the feed that you can use to sign up and watch that. So Police Weekend is an event that occurs the entire week from May 10th to May 16th, where the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, they raise money throughout the year, and I'll provide a link for that site down in the comments below. And they fly in or bring in all of the surviving family members of all of the names that are going to be dedicated to the wall. So in Washington, D.C., the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial is a series of panels that have the names of all fallen officers inscribed on them. It's a pretty amazing memorial. You can go in, you can look up and find out if there's an officer that you're interested in. You can look up their name in a book, and you can go to that actual panel, and they provide pencils and these pieces of paper that actually have the memorial logo on it, and you can put it over there and scribe their name out. And it's very, very somber. It's a very, very surreal place to visit, especially as you get closer to Police Week. The family members that come in, they'll leave mementos on the memorial wall where their family member is inscribed on the wall. It's very moving. You'll see flowers or pictures or drawings that their kids have made and left on the memorial, and the memorial will leave these out through all of Police Week, and then they collect them all and they keep them, and these items are rotated out and displayed on a rotation basis in the National Law Enforcement Officers Museum, which is located just off of the memorial. Every year, Police Week draws anywhere from 25 to 40,000 law enforcement officers from around the country and even around the world. We've had visitors that have come in from England, and I believe we've had some from Germany. They'll come in and they participate in the events that we have here, where we dedicate the names of all the officers that have died the previous year. In 2019, there were 146 in the line of duty deaths. This also includes 44 that actually died from 9/11 related illness. So yes, we still have first responders that are dying because of the terrorist attacks on 9/11 in New York. So 44 of the 146 are actually people that have died from illnesses related to 9/11, the attacks on New York City. So 146 officers will be dedicated to the wall this year. There are a couple of special groups that are involved in Police Week. One of them is the Police Unity Tour. It's a group of law enforcement officers, current, retired, and former, and surviving family members that do bike rides from various locations in the country, and they all converge on Washington, D.C. on May 12th, and they not are going to be able to do it this year because of the coronavirus stuff that's going on, but they still raise money, and the Police Unity Tour donates their money to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. And again, this goes to all the activities that are going on for the surviving family members during Police Week, to include they do a blue mass where all the family members can get together, and it's a church service that they use to dedicate the dedicate and acknowledge the sacrifice that their family has made. There's also a family picnic that's sponsored by COPS, which is the Concerns of Police Survivors. Another great organization. It is run by and was founded by people who have lost family members in the line of duty, and they do a lot to help support. Anytime a law enforcement officer is killed in the line of duty, some member from COPS will reach out to that family and see them through to the best of their ability anyway, and give them the support services that they need in order to learn to deal with or accept what's happened and how to move forward. Losing somebody in the line of duty, I can't imagine if it were my immediate family, but part of my dedication in this video is to a very good friend of mine, Virginia State Trooper Jessica Chaney, who was killed in January of 1998. She was struck by a vehicle while working a accident on Route 1 in Stafford County. And I was actually dating my current wife at the time, and I got a phone call that night from my ex-wife, because she knew where I was because I had a child with her, and so that way she'd get a hold of me. She called up and asked if I was there, and I got on the phone and I was like, yes. She goes, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I heard a police officer was killed in Stafford. So I told her I was okay. I called up dispatch and found out that Jessica had been struck by a vehicle and killed. And it was a tough time. Jessica was a good friend. We always said instead of the blue and gray that she wore for the Virginia State Police, she should have been wearing brown and tan with us in the sheriff's office. She ran a lot of our calls with us. She was a great officer, and she was a great person, and I was so sorry to lose her. And we went that next year when her name was dedicated to the wall. So the wall and Police Week mean a lot to me for a lot of different reasons. I actually have that personal attachment to it. So again, Police Week is our chance to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice, and to remember them and to let the families know that they'll never be forgotten. Not only are they inscribed on that wall forever, but every year officers gather to remember all the family members, all the officers that have made the sacrifice. So the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial also has researchers. So they will find a sheriff from the 1800s that was killed in the line of duty, and they will dedicate their name as well. So they're constantly making sure that every officer that has made that ultimate sacrifice is going to end up on that wall and will be recognized for their service. So, not the most exciting video I could have come out with today, but probably one of the most important ones that I'll come out with to make you aware of the sacrifices that my brothers and sisters make on a regular basis. Way too much, should be none, but unfortunately that's not the job. They have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we do take time out every year to make sure to honor that sacrifice. So, more to follow. Hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate a like. Make some comments down below, and we'll see you next time on In Pursuit 360. Stay safe.